need everybody from around the world. Go to his social media page, follow him, follow his movements. It's crazy. A lot of young fighters making things happen. This is one. He's on the rise. Remember, you heard it from me first. Money May, and y'all already know the rest.
Alright, all the ropes out here, round 15. I'm out here with Jalil Hackett and his dad Bernard Hackett, man. I want to get y'all thoughts, man. The biggest fight in boxing coming up. Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, man. Who you got and how it's going to go?
Who you got, B?
Man, I got Errol Spence, 100%. I think it's going to be a 9th or 10th round knockout. Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those.
So you got this being a stoppage in this fight.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's gonna be a knockout.
Do you think Earl's too big for Crawford, or how you just see it going, just breaking him down in later rounds?
Just too big. I look at it like that. We had this conversation at the gym and everywhere else. And my thing is this: if you make a checklist, both of them going to check every box. They both can box. Both got high IQs. Both got punching power. Both have high knockout ratios. But then when you start getting to the fine print on that checklist, I just go straight to the easiest way I can explain it. Both of them are Dodge. Errol Spence, Dodge Ram 1500, 5.7 liter Hemi engine. Terence Crawford, Dodge Charger, the top of the line one, 5.7 Hemi engine. Both of them fast. But if you put one at one end of the street and the other one at the other end of the street, and they come full speed at each other, which driver do you think has the best possibility of surviving? The Hemi in the Ram or the Hemi in the Charger?
Hemi in the Ram all day.
Okay, so that's what you have in front of you. Both of them got Hemis. Both of them can do everything the same. But that size that Errol is going to bring, he can't match it. He can't match that size. And when Errol is different to me. To me, Errol, he's not, I wouldn't call Errol a prolific knockout artist. I would call him a dominant beatdown assassin. If I got to get knocked out, I want to get knocked out by Mike Tyson. One shot, one kill, I'm done. I can recuperate and I can come back to fight. Look at the list when Errol Spence beats you to death. When he beats the life out of you, when he beats the desire to fight out of you, them dudes don't come back. Kell Brook was never the same. Mikey Garcia, we ain't heard from him no more. Ugas, still ain't seen him back. Like, them dudes that put up a fight and they just got the life beat out of them. Them ain't gonna beat the life out of them.
You know, I want to go back a few years at Athletic Republic when we were talking about the mitts and pad work. And one of the things that Errol recently came out and said, you know, I'm the big fundamentalist, like Tim Duncan. I ain't going in there doing all that fancy pad work. I do what I do, and you talked about that.
6 years ago, we talked about that. It might have been five or 6 years ago. If you ever record me doing pads with my son, it's not nothing glamorous. It's not going to be nothing that you want to put on video and showcase to the world. I work on the fundamentals. I work on the correctness of it. I work on making sure whatever combination you do on the mitts, I better be able to see it in the ring. If not, we're not going to keep practicing that. I think a lot of good mitt coaches I've seen, I like to watch it, they do cardio mitts. Cardio mitts is good. Sometimes some of the other coaches, I ask them to do cardio mitts with my son because it's cardio mitts. It's giving you the look of what you do at a high volume. But when you talk about target practice mitts, that's when you get ready for a fight. I want to hit you in precise places. I want to do things that I know what the outcome is. And you don't get that from the cardio mitts. So I think it's a waste of time. I'd rather put my time and attention to the correctness of mitts as opposed to the cardio look good of mitts.
Now, Jalil, what's your thoughts, man? Errol Spence, Terence Crawford.
Man, I like Errol in that joint, man. You know, we fight alike. I pattern my game after Errol, so it's kind of hard to go against him. And, you know, he said a lot of the things I was really getting at on why I think he's gonna beat him. He's just a bigger man. And, you know, Terence Crawford got a whole lot of heart. He a game dog. And a game dog, he gonna fight. You know, he gonna bring it to Errol. and you know, them two guys colliding. The bigger man, more than likely, he usually always come out on top. So, yeah, I like Errol.
Now, Jalil, this is your division 147, man. After this fight, do you see a rematch going? Do you see him moving up to 54? Does it open up the possibility now for the young fighters to step in, man, get their opportunities at these belts, or we still got to wait another year to see how this all play out with Terence Crawford Spence?
I definitely could see them rematching. You know, I don't think it'll happen at 47, though. I think it'll be like a rematch at 54, like a catchweight or something like that. But, yeah. You don't see a rematch?
I see a rematch. If it goes the distance, I see a rematch. If it doesn't go the distance, I don't see a rematch. I definitely don't see a rematch if they have to do it at anything other than 47. If he's too big at 47, he's definitely too big at 54. And if he knock him out, who wants to see that a second time? I mean, nobody wants to see it. Like I said, if it's a good fight and it goes 12 rounds and it's a split decision. If it's a split decision, it can be a rematch. But if it's a 12-round lopsided distribution of ass whooping Errol Spence do, nobody wants to see that again. They ain't gonna want to see it. I don't even think the two fighters will want to do it again. It got to be something where it's a great fight. Like I said, you know, when you look at Errol, to me, I love the way he fight. I try to tell my son a lot of stuff. Errol reminds me of a Roman soldier or a Roman army. They march to that beat every single time. He fight to that same beat. Boom, 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 boom. And he just break you down. He breaks you down. And I think that's the worst way to get beat, when a person just break you down and beat the life out you.
You know, speak on that, because what is it like when somebody, well, have you heard fighters talk about when somebody like beats you down like that in the ring, that how hard is it to get up off that stool, to get up for that next round?
You seen it happen. And the beat down can be mental, psychological, physical. Look at Lomachenko. He had a 5 or 6 fight run where dudes was quitting on the stool. He beat him down psychologically. His wasn't imposing my will physically. It was a psychological beat down, but it had the same result. Errol beat you down physically. He imposes his will. Look back at the number of fights that he just dismantled guys, and it wasn't one shot. It was a series of punches. You know, whether it's Ugas, whether it's Kell Brook, whether you look at even the Porter fight. I think Porter is the one guy who was durable enough to be able to fight that way. But even in the Porter fight, when they got towards the back end, that delivery started being vicious, got the knockdown. So it's like, you know, to me, like I said, I don't want my son to be a one-punch guy. I want you to be able to repetitively beat a guy down. So if I've linked myself with that for my son, how can I reverse link it when it come to this? So when you got coaches or you got other guys talking about, man, you know what, I think Bud gonna get him. But then when you look around their gym, they got 1,000 Errol Spence imitators. How do you logically say that when you are teaching this? That tells me as a fighter, if I'm a fighter, I can't stay with you because you don't even believe what you're teaching me.
You don't believe in your own philosophy.
Right. You come here and ask me, do I think Bud gonna beat Errol? And I say, yeah, man, he gonna beat him to death. But then you watch how I train my son and say, well, you can't tell me you believe in how you train your kid. It's just not logical.
Now, Bernard, I got to ask you about this, man. You know, a lot of criticism that been coming towards Al and the PBC, but he continuously making the big fights out there. He continuously, man, they just now snag Canelo for a 3-fight deal. This man continuously do what he do.
Let me tell you something. Al Heyman, PBC, Mayweather Promotions, Al being at the head of the table. That man is like Darth Vader with a pair of Nikes on. He got the whole circle covered. He is the leader of the empire. It's like the man know he the business. He the man. He the business mode. He making moves. Like, this man is making moves that other people, I don't even think they even see possible. And when he do that, he opens up the door I'm gonna just be honest, he opened up a door for all fighters, but especially black fighters, to make money that they couldn't make before. You know, and that's all black fighters ever asked for was opportunity. Whether you go all the way back to Murderers Row, when you go back to when we had Jack Johnson taking contracts that required him to let the man make it 15 rounds before you knock him out. All we ever wanted was the opportunity. We never wanted to be in our favor, just give the opportunity. And they provide an opportunity when you just look at how, you know, Al and Floyd have done with Floyd's career. Look at how Floyd did with his career. Look at how Al been moving all these fighters. Just look at the way they're doing things. We got fighters that never would have saw the money that they're seeing. So, you know, I'm glad. You know, I ain't never been one of those hater types. I want to see everybody get some money. You know, if these guys like my son and the rest of these young fighters, whatever they are, black, white, from overseas, Latino, if they putting their life on the line, they should have somebody like Al saying, why you ain't getting a lion's share of your money? I'm putting my life on the line and you take home the money? That don't even make sense. But, you know, hope, like I said, hopefully he stick around boxing 20, 30 more years so that this continue, because once his wave is gone, will it go back to the normal thing where the fighter get peanuts, the promoter get, you know, goddamn candy bars? So, you know, I love what he doing. I'm glad Canelo made that move. I'm glad Tank doing what he doing. I'm glad all these fighters can do what they doing. And maybe it'll show other promoters, do right by these fighters, and these fighters will do right by you. They fight. So I love it.
Now, Jalil, man, you just recently went up to Philly, man, had a chance to see old friends up there, Bozy and Boots, man. How was the work up there, man?
It was great work, you know, high-class work, you know, high-quality work, you know, real, you know, high IQ work in there, man. So everybody was in there on their P's and Q's. Everybody got nice, solid rounds, man. So it was definitely good work.
It's always good work, man, when you go to Philly, man. And what was it like this time around, man, just talking to Bozy, man, picking his brain, you know, after the sparring session, man? What was that like?
It was real good. I know a lot of times when I go up there and work, Bozy kind of take control of everything. You know, you tell me, you know, I see you doing this. I want you to switch this up, do this, that, and the third. You know, he tell me switch a few little things up, and it shows, you know, a lot. He always tell me, like, he liked the way I soak in information. You know, I'm always trying to learn, so. Yeah, especially when it's coming from somebody at that level. You know, he got his son, Boots. He's at a much higher level than I am right now. He's about to fight for, you know, a world title. He just got the interim during the January, so he should be about to be lined up for a world title soon. So, yeah, it's always great learning from them guys, man.
Now, let me ask you, man, how's the sparring here in our area compared to, like, when you went out to Vegas or any city that you go to?
In my opinion, our area, as far as like this, I guess the upper part of the East Coast, for the whole East Coast, we got high quality work. Everybody here is for the most part high quality work. And even when you go out west, if somebody tell you they got some good work out west, they was from over east. They just moved out west. Look at a guy like Floyd. He come all the way from Detroit to Vegas, and now he run Vegas. So it's like, you know, most of the good work on our side.
Now you see Floyd lately been doing them exhibitions, man. Man, how would you like to be on them Floyd exhibition cards, man, just to stay active?
And them guys, they've been looking nice. A whole lot of exposure. You know, they real nice. The last one was crazy.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, the last one was crazy. Yeah, and I got to talk to him not too long ago, talk about being on some of them cards. So, you know, y'all see me on one soon.
Now, let me ask you, man, does the business of boxing frustrate you sometimes? What I mean by that is you being a young fighter, man, you would love to just get back in that ring immediately, man. But, you know, when it comes to different commissions and stuff, they make you take time off after an event. But for you, man, I know you would love to just...
Yeah, staying active. You know, you're young, you're trying to be as active as possible, you know. It's not till when you get older, you know, you fighting about 2-3 times a year. But like when you're young, at least when I was coming up in the amateurs, I used to see like younger pros. They would be fighting like every other month. But like nowadays, you see it's real slow.
Man, I know you can't wait till you get to that 10th fight, man, because It ain't easy for you getting fights, man. I know it ain't easy for you getting fights because of the reputation that you got, man.
Yeah, no. Once I get there, I'm sure, things will open up a little bit more. Guys will be willing to take a bigger risk. Cause right now it's I see like it's a high risk, low reward right now. Because I only got 6 fights, so they're not gonna be getting paid too much. But once you get to 10, 11, 12 fights, then the checks get bigger, so guys are willing to step in there and take that risk.
Let me ask you, is it hard for you because, you have commercials with the Kandichi Bear that's be running up damn near every morning on the Boxing Voice, one of the biggest platforms as far as podcasts and boxing. They talk about you on all the different YouTube and podcasts, man. So it got to be hard for you, man, when opponents see that. They be like, man, you got to pay me this much to fight Jalil.
Yeah, it's like sometimes it is. It's a little bit crazy because guys look at that and immediately say, all right, that's gonna cost him a few more extra beans because he do this, that, and the third, and this person say he do this, that, and the third, and this person say he do this. I just feel like as far as like people talking about a person, it don't matter because at the end of the day, y'all still have to get in the ring. So you don't know what that person could do until you're in the ring with them. So, I'm not trying to downplay myself or nothing.
Yeah.
You don't know what I can do until we fight.
And that's the main thing for you, just being able to get in that ring and do what you do.
Yeah, basically.
Man, I truly, truly, truly appreciate your time as always, man. Got the little granddaughter up here today. Where the grandson at today, man?
Man, he went to Philly yesterday, had his stuff on, training and working out. This morning he with grandma, man. He said, I'm with grandma.
Oh, she with grandma? Oh, she be with Grammy later.
Outside the workouts, I try to make sure that we really put that conditioning piece in. Mm-hmm. And my grandson, he's getting 83 years old, but that's the time I have to make sure that we definitely just focus on the conditioning part. Mm-hmm. So I try to make sure we got that done. But he get his time in the gym. He love his gym. He soak it up. I think right now his brain is in sponge mode. Everything he see, he watch it. Like yesterday he was watching Spawn and Coach Bose and other people in the gym. Like he's standing right on the apron just watching. Like he's soaking it all in. So this be second nature to him.
Oh, wow, man. I know you can't wait to see him getting ready for his first time one day, man.
Look, by the time he turned 5, I want to be spawned with kids 6 and 7. At that point, it's like, come on, let's start getting this. So
let's do it.
He 8, like, we ready to rumble. We ready to rock.
Man, it's always great, man, when you be around your grandkids, man.
Oh, yeah, man. I tell people, being a parent was hard. Being a grandparent is enjoyable.
That part, it's enjoyable, man. Like, because my daughter was asking me about that. I said, I don't know. I guess the difference is, like, I don't know. It's just more enjoyable.
I think as a parent, and you probably can attest to this, agree with me, it's only enjoyable when you raise your kids right. Mm-hmm. And that's why raising your kids is hard. Because you have to do the things that may not be the popular thing, but it's what's the long-term better thing.
That's a great point. I'm not your friend.
Right.
I'm your
dad.
dad.
So by the time you get to the point where they have children, they have to do the hard part, but I don't have to do that because you're doing it so I can actually be, come on, I know mama mean, she mean, come on. Because mom is mean, because mom has to be mean because I have to raise you. Mm-hmm. It's not me being your buddy. But grandpa, grandma, oh, we be buddies. Come on, we French fry kings and everything. But that's what it is. You raise your kids right. I tell my, people ask me, my kids probably think I was a tyrant. And I agree with them. But I had to be a tyrant to get you to where you are in life, just getting you by high school. I went to a high school event that, Jalil was at, and they was like, that's the graduating class. And they had a picture of less than 30 kids on there. And I'm like, wow. This is a big high school. How many kids? We had a lot. But the graduation rate is low. You got to look, our kids, they fall victim to violence. They fall victim to early pregnancies and they become parents. They fall victim to, I have too much